Mango.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's. My tongue got in the way. This week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Countdown timer going with a cool new nature scene.
Yeah, it's like tranquil. It's like spa-like, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll wait a couple minutes where I tell where I got this video. I actually filmed this just a few days ago.
Hold on.
Beautiful nature scene.
I'll have more water.
I had to walk through stinging nettle to go get it. The scene.
I'm really bad house guest. Oh my gosh, and I spilled water all over the floor. Oh,
Is your friend there? We should be talking about it on the air here. For folks who don't know, Svea is doing a little mini vacation right now. Hence tonight's show theme.
I'm cleaning it up though.
You know, I hope your friends will watch the show. Be like, "What are you doing in my house?"
You destroyed it.
Yeah. So, folks, if you don't know, Svea is staying with a friend right now over at mini vacation. Apparently, house sitting tonight, and having a wild party and spilling water on the floor.
I know. I'm like, oh shoot! I better wipe that floor out.
All right, we got one person watching. We got a few more coming. We're still waiting for Maya. And folks, we are live tonight. This is not a pre-recorded show. We are live this week and next. Last week, we'll explain when we get on why we're not live. We're supposed to do a actually pre-recorded show, and I'll explain why we are. Just sometimes things get busy. Oh, powwow last week in Imperial Beach. Powwow by the sea.
Right.
Friend of the show, Richard DeCrane, was the arena director there. I didn't get to see him much.
Yay.
All right, 8 minutes, 20 seconds. Got to
Oh
share.
my goodness.
I'm sharing. Are you sharing?
Oh yes, for sure. I'm sharing right now.
Now that you're not just walking around with a random glass of water, just walking on the floor.
I know. I know. It's. Let me see. I need to adjust my camera. It's like kind of crazy here.
Tony Roman Music invited you to follow a page. Who's that guy? I'm looking at my Facebook notifications when I should be going live. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Scroll down. There I am. We are. And say, we are live for this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk.
I know. Live.
Share. I have shared it.
Okay, let me see here.
Okay, let's test your mic.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1,
Oh,
2,
you're
3.
coming in good. I can hear you.
Oh my gosh, this counter
Is all that water right there? Is that spilling on your friend's floor? All that water on the screen right now?
Oh shoot! Don't tell my friend.
Yeah, folks, if you don't know, that is actually Strawberry Creek in Idlewild, California. It is flowing really good. A year ago, 2 years ago, that creek was bone dry by now. It ain't now. And that was just Wednesday morning that I filmed that with my GoPro. It's a pretty scene. I decided to make it. Today's countdown timer screen. Unfortunately, there was both lines of the creek were lined with stinging nettle, and I'm walking very high-footed, making very big steps around the stinging nettle to get that shot. I was up there at a camp not a while filming some 360 video. All right. Got a few people watching. We got to know who you are so we can properly identify you and let the parole officers know. What does that make? Anyway, so your mini vacation is, yep, there. Did you spill more water?
No, like I had a popsicle earlier. I raided my friend's freezer, and it dripped out the sticky goo. And I would put my arm, like my forearm, on it right here, and I was like, "Ew, my arm's sticky."
Yeah. Are you like super conservative like I am if I stay at a friend's place or if I'm over, not just me, I will mop the floor before I leave.
Well, I usually don't have an issue. It's just, it was just a little, like I'm sitting here and it was getting sticky on my arms, and so I was like, eh.
Gotcha. Oh, we talk about mini vacations. I've got to talk about. I'm going to look it up and see if I can find the menu. But I had the coolest plate of actually healthy nachos.
What? You had healthy nachos? Is there such a thing?
Oh, dude, it usually you have like carne asada or chicken or shredded beef. These nachos had mahi. It was to die for.
Wow, that's fancy. You're fancy rolling and eating those tacos. Vivian's
Oh,
watching.
totally. I'm looking to see if I can see their menu online. Oh, there it is. I'm going to show this on the air. Okay, I got to find where it is. Started salad soups.
Here.
There's a salad. There it is. There's a starter.
Yeah. Just plug in the thing. Just plug in the. It's in the bag. It's in the Nightmare Before Christmas bag.
Oh, come on. Where's it on their menu? Mozzarella sticks, French fries, chip, guacamole, sweet potato fries, corn nuggets. There's salads. Show me what I'm looking for on that wonderful thing. Burger, sandwiches, little menus, dinner, Mexican specials. Let's try that one. Searching. All right, we got a few people watching. Hello, Maya, and hello, Vivian from Kokomo, Indiana, and Maya from Mayaville.
Yay!
No, Maya, you are not late.
Maya's here.
Maya's here. The president, president and the vice president.
Yes. Can you believe
Battle
it?
Royale.
Yes, we have a lot of staffing here tonight.
I'm going to find this thing. Asada burrito. I'm looking on this menu from the Lumber Mill in Ottawa. Where is this thing? There's tacos, California burrito, chicken burrito, asada fries, asada burrito.
So maybe we need to clarify to Maya that the meeting starts at 9:50, so she's 6 minutes late.
Maya. Oh, it's only 3 minutes to countdown. I got to find this thing on the menu. Burger, sandwiches. Ah, come on. I want to find this thing. It was so good. Little Yeti's menu. Huh. Onion rings. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'll show it on when we get started. Anyway, okay, 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Maya's on. Hello, Vivian. Love you.
Maya's like, no one sent me the memo.
We got a good number watching. Let's see who else is watching, folks. Let us know.
I know.
We know we have Kokomo, Indiana in the house and Mayaville.
I think people like
representing
we have
tonight,
live
folks?
episodes. We have more viewers when we're live.
Oh yeah, well we're live, we're announcing it and stuff like that, and we post it. So we don't miss we don't try not to miss a Friday. We've only really missed like 2 ever.
Maybe try. It happens though.
Yeah, but we make up for it in charm. All right, mini vacations tonight, folks. That is the theme tonight's show. If you don't know what you're going to do and you don't have a lot of time this summer, look who's on.
No, Wendy.
Hello, Maya. I will be addressing Imperial Beach powwow. Missed you there. Remember I saw you and I believe Carol Ann here last year coming to that powwow. That was totally awesome. And Wendy didn't come.
James, did you make the show notes? Are they updated?
Yeah, they're in there.
Okay, I'm looking for them right now.
It's just a few things to outline on that one. And Maya says, "Yay, Wendy! Hello." Maya says that to Wendy. Let me show in case you're not on the same format. There you go. Friends meeting friends meeting friends, and we are the telegram. The ceiling What do you call them guys that sing the telegram? It was on Blazing Saddles. Candygram.
Yeah, Candygram's from Elf.
From where?
Elf. I want a Candygram. What's a Candygram?
Got it. I thought it was the thing where the dude comes out and goes, Candygram. And he sings it from Blazing Saddles.
I don't know.
We gotta deliver messages. Heidi Ho Maya, or Heidi Maya. And Maya responds with, say that Miss Doubtfire voice.
Hello.
You got it nailed. I'm going to try that. Hello. No, you got it.
You have to do it like an old British, hello.
You know what? We're going to do this after credits because we're close to countdown. I'm going to try that. Okay. I have to do a warm up to it. It's a whole it's kind of freaky. All right. Ready for countdown? And 10,
9,
8, 7,
6.
5,
Wait, it's not going. 4.
3. I see it.
1.
Oh, the alarm's going. We got a sound. It's showtime. I like that little part I added. It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Svea Yang and James Hermes. Let's get the fun started. It's time to start the show. Boop, doop, 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 doop. Banner.
I'm working on it. I noticed it.
All right. We are on the ball tonight.
Yep.
Don't do that. I get dizzy. I have disabilities.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you did. You made me sick. I'm in the low gravity environment of Pandora, and there's reverberations right there. All right. Let's get the intros done.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Late Night Craft Talk. If you have never watched this show before, we do have the show every week, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, usually as many times as we can live, sometimes pre-recorded, but mostly live. If you like our show, please like and follow our Facebook pages, our Instagram accounts, our YouTube channels, our Twitch channels. Feel free to follow us in any social media way that you can. And we do the show every week to enlighten you on all kinds of interesting topics. We go over all kinds of things and we come up with ideas and discuss and explore options, and also have sometimes guests and do all kinds of fun stuff. So that's what's going on. Hey, James.
Yes.
Going on with Elk Rack Traders.
We were at Imperial Beach Powwow last weekend. God, that was fun. That was so awesome. It was we saw some people we haven't seen in a year. Some people going, I watch your show. We're like, thank you. I'm just more charming on the internet. It was
for
fun.
Sure.
Well, what's up?
I said for sure.
For sure. Svea just knows.
Yeah.
Here's Svea. We meet at folks. Usually we meet at 9:30 on StreamYard, and then we go live at 9:50, and we have our meetings. And here's Svea at 9:39 or at 9:29 and 30 seconds. And here's Svea at 9:30. Hi, James. She's doing it right now. That's the look. That's the look right there. Wait. That's the look right there. Okay. With that, weather was a little rough. The June gloom was going almost all weekend, and I'm gonna have to see if I can stare up some pictures of that while you're going over and show it. But they do a sand sculpture, and the theme of this year was like native like water, and they just do the most incredible sand sculptures right by the pier. And I'm gonna find a picture of it and do that, but just neat right there, almost the west corner of the United States, and go off and when we close down the booth, we get over to the fish and chips place at the end of the pier and just look at the water and everything going, this is so cool at a powwow. But just a lot of fun, great beach weather. Unfortunately, no beach time for me that weekend, but we'll make it up in a couple weeks late kayaking. But those of you who may have to say hi to us, thank you. Maya, we missed you. Caroline, we missed you. We couldn't make it, but we're back in the woods again. Your neck of the woods again. Otherwise, that's what's happening, and a few more adventures to share a little bit later in the show from the week. What's going on with Dancing Bear?
Well, we officially sent out probably almost 100 CDCR catalogs. They were updated. We doubled our available inventory listings, offerings to the natives incarcerated in California, which was, I think, a big deal. So we're really excited about that. It took a long time to update it. We also updated our website for the new items. And like I said, it's over doubled what we offered before. So that took a bit of time, along with dealing with different things happening with, business. There's a lot of things going on. If there's any kind of health problems, we have shortages at work. And so doing our best. It took us a few extra months to do it, but we did it finally. The website's fully updated. So if you do have any loved ones or family that's in the California prison system. We do have a special section on our website that you can place orders, and we are an authorized religious vendor for the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. So that was pretty cool. This is juicy details.
Rumor mill, good.
This is really a big deal. So for those of you who like dentillium shells,
oh Lord, you didn't tell me this earlier.
We actually have found a vendor and we got in the samples. They look fantastic. We are placing an order that's going to come to us. We are going to be taking orders for it. So probably next week. We're super duper excited. There's long dentillium in here. We have 2 lengths and they're longer. They're premium. They're beautiful dentillium. I mean, beautiful. We are super duper duper excited. We've had people asking us for months for dentillium. And so we are just super, super excited.
I may be talking to you about that. The super long dentillium is so hard to find. It looks so great on chokers, bandoliers, whatnot.
Well, just so you know, it's a lot more than we used to pay. A lot more. But so dentillium, Maya's asking about dentillium. Dentillium is a long kind of, it's like almost like a cone, and it could be anywhere from 2.5 to 1 inch or 1/2 inch, and it's almost like a snail shell, but it's kind of long and kind of has a little bit of. Do you have a dentillium where you are, James?
I have some out in the garage, but I'm actually bringing up a picture now.
So it's kind of like a long kind of cone and kind of has a little bit of curve to it, and it's white usually. There are green dentillium, but the white dentillium is really sought after, and people will cut it at the top. They'll make them in similar lengths, and they'll make earrings. They'll make hair pipe necklaces with it. They'll do all kinds of jewelry necklaces. It's a really cool item. It's a shell. And, we were told that it was overfished and not available. I don't really know where the source is from, where they're getting the suppliers getting them from, but pretty much our original supplier that we got at a really good price, they couldn't even get them anymore. So we are just super duper excited. Like I said, it's coming in. Next week, we're going to have our announcement of what our prices are, how much we're selling them for, etc. And that's just, with me being out of town, I have to help out with getting that. Yeah, that's what the dentillium looks like. And people, like I said, they make necklaces, they make earrings, they do all kinds of really cool stuff with it. But basically, that's been a big thing for us. So we're super duper excited.
Oh, big time. Should I show some jewelry?
Major announcement. We've been sold out of it for almost like a year and a half.
I bought a few years ago. I found a guy and I bought probably about 3 kilos of it, which is a lot of dentillium. I'm still using it sparingly. It's still don't have the super long stuff. And just to keep it going, but some of that stuff, it's real common in jewelry from tribes up in the Northwest, where it was originally found. It's pretty much gone in North America now, but there's some limited spots. But to see the long earrings made with it, the choker sets are just pizzazz. To see breastplates made with it with the long stuff.
Yeah, and then they would also they put the shells all along the collar of the tops of their trade cloth dresses.
Yeah, they make a yoke.
So beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's a craft supply that a lot of the natives have used for many, 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 many years, like hundreds of years. So we're just really excited that we're getting a chance to get more of it. It's huge. Oh, James, I just thought of this. Maybe we should share the video of Princess Leia sunbathing.
I'm wondering, you have to bring that up right now. I think I found, okay, here's a really good picture of some dentillium just to show it. Here's a piece of jewelry right there, necklace with it. You can imagine the earrings going along with it. And that stuff gets a lot of detail. You have to cut it to length. You have to make sure that it's hollow. that there's not a double roof on it because it'll break. And the smooth stuff, ooh, that's hard to find.
Yeah, it's smooth. It's beautiful stuff. Like I told my mom, I'm like, have them send us samples. Let's see what they look like. And they came in, and I'm just like, wow, these came from that supplier. She's like, yeah. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. So
it's worth it. The stuff is totally worth it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, the dentilium is a shell. It's actually like, imagine a dentilium is like a snail. It's like a snail.
It's a mollusk, but it's actually a freshwater shell. Yeah. And a lot of people look at it, they'll go, they're not familiar with it, and you've probably heard this. Rattlesnake fangs. No.
That's so weird. That would be some long fangs. Some of them are like 3 or 4 inches long.
It'll be one of those giant snakes you see from Conan or something like that. Matter of fact, you got questions like that last night at Palm Springs, the Village Fest. I must have heard it 3 times last night. You don't know, but I've got some really nice arrowheads I've napped and put on some arrows. Did a lot of artwork to it, and people are walking up and look at it and goes, "Is this a real arrowhead or somebody make it?" I'm going.
You're like,
what? I didn't say it, but I've done it before, but I didn't do this last night. I was very good. I just went. I didn't say, well, it's from the arrowhead tree. But I know the guy last night, he just comes up and goes, those arrowheads, are those old time, or did somebody just make those these days? I went, well, I made it. He goes, it's not Indian made. I went, native. And he goes, but it's not old time from the real Indians. I'm going. And he goes, well, I used to work for the National Forest Service, retired, blah, blah, took these. And he's talking about how he took, had to learn about native sites and how to identify them, if new trails were going in. He goes, and, we were doing this in the Angeles National Forest, the mountains by Los Angeles. He goes, we have to look for a depression. And we see the depression, there's where a teepee was. And I'm going, and I went, are you sure you work for the National Forest Service, or was it one of the amusement parks over in LA, Orange County? It didn't go well. But it was just, dude.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, teepees are not from California. Teepees are like a Midwest plains kind of thing. Generally,
in the Eastern Oregon. Around here, most of the time, the shelters, at least for the local nations, were called a quiche.
Yeah, or they're like an actual permanent structure.
Mm-hmm.
Not moving around like teepees.
Yeah, and then there's inevitable. Do you sell eagle feathers? No. That looks like an eagle feather. It's a feather I made to look like an eagle. They're illegal. And it goes, Biden. And I'm going, at least last time I didn't hear thanks, Obama. Okay. Well, enough with that.
No political. We always avoid political on our show.
Oh, we do have a nature lesson. We talk about the arrowheads. There is a natural source. And one of the viewers of our show has brought this up. They probably know what's going on. Thank you, Wendy Hodge, for this nature lesson. If you go to Lake Arrowhead, you can fish for arrowheads all day.
Wow, you can?
Lake Arrowhead over there is our big bear.
Is there a size limit? Like they have to be a minimum size?
Yeah, Wendy, can you let us know what the game limit is on that one? How many can you fish a day with by fishing game, or
do you have to have a permit? Do you have like a permit for like how many arrowheads you can fish?
Is it tags? You get the tags local. You have to have
you have to put the tag on the arrowhead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can you bow fish for them?
Oh, that's interesting.
We wait an answer, Wendy. Okay. Adventures from this week. Okay, I've got the picture up of there we go. Powell by the Sea, the sand sculpture I told you about they were doing. Yes. Check this out. They work on that all weekend long. They bring in the sand, especially for this, paid by the Powell Committee. It's not beach sand. And I've seen some good, there's ones I've seen with more details, but that's just cool. And there's actually a group called Native by Water, and they didn't have any t-shirts because I wanted one to, because it's a kayaker and native like water.
Nice.
Just really neat job that they do.
So I actually had my hair touched up. So I don't know if you've seen that um, Maya and Vivian were talking about my hair. It's because my hair, I had my purple pat put back in. It's kind of faded a little bit.
Wait, we'll go from
Oh,
there. Okay, we got the lesson from Wendy. No size limit. Bow fishing would be a little difficult unless you hit them square on from the rear. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up. Is that I did go fishing in Lake Arrowhead. Apparently, I
yes.
didn't realize it.
Did you
And
have a high
here's what I
heel?
caught. Look at that. Look at my catch.
Wow, that is amazing.
Oh, they are fighters. I'm out there casting my pole right there and reeled it in, and I caught all those little ones and that big one. It was this big.
Yeah. So I mean, was it like hard to fish an arrowhead?
Yeah. Oh, they're the bait you have to put on and everything. But let me tell you, when they're fighters, especially those obsidian ones, they are sharp.
Yeah,
And
they could bite really good, huh?
Yeah. With all kinds of sizes and stones and whatnot.
Definitely have a bite on those. You better watch out.
Oh yeah, look at those teeth. Look at those teeth. That said, actually, did see something that wasn't real great at the pier. We got done with dinner at Saturday at the powwow.
Yeah.
You probably, some of you on my Facebook saw this. This one and this one. These are thrasher sharks. They're a protected species. And a couple of fishermen went fishing, caught them, two guys. They reeled them up, and they realized what they had, and they just took off and just left them there. And they were dying. We were watching them on the pier, and a lot of people were looking. There's nothing we can really do except call fishing game local authorities on that one. But look at that tail on that thing. I mean, that's just a magnificent animal.
So I have a question. Wouldn't they know they're pulling a shark up? I mean, geez, that's not exactly the easiest thing to pull out of the water.
I'm not familiar enough with fishing and sharks, whatnot, to answer that. But I know these are there, and well, at least I'm good at catching arrowheads.
Yes, definitely.
So that was a little upsetting on that one, a little venture from there, but it was a good weekend away, powwow by the sea. Wish could go to the ocean, but unfortunately, there was a sewage warning from Tijuana just south of us that creeped up. But otherwise, just a nice vacation, like a mini vacation.
Yeah.
Purposeful transition that I thought was clever.
Yes. Okay. So, do you guys want to see my fun weekend that I that I had? Yeah. You guys are gonna like this. So, they should have thrown it back. Is that even possible if they're brought up? It looked like one of them was smashed. The sharks. Maya said
they should reel them up. You got a big line.
But it's right. Maya was saying that shouldn't they have thrown them back? I mean, if they're up on wouldn't they realize that they're a shark at that point before they even pull them up?
Unless somebody told them after they told them they didn't know they were protecting. Somebody told them and they hightailed it out of there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. This is you guys are going to laugh. Okay. I'm going to turn the volume on here. This is my video I took this weekend. Can you see it?
Okay. So just so you guys know, Dan simply calls me and says, "Oh my God, take a look at this. Princess Leia is freaking sunbathing in the grass. She's still allergic to grass too, so this is probably the worst place, but she is like sunbathing. She's just laying in the sun. She's like, oh, this is great. I'm trying not to get too close because I don't want to.
She's apparently been smoking grass and is think of the magic school bus, or do you have mushrooms in your backyard?
Is that her tongue
hanging out?
Huh?
Is that her tongue hanging out?
No. That's her air tag.
Okay.
This is actually a close up of her laying on the ground.
And our person of Miss Manners right here says how ladylike. I know people don't appreciate when I lie in the grass like that.
Well, I had to.
I have to wear clothes.
I couldn't let her sit there for too long because A, she's she is allergic to grass. B, she never does that. And it was really hot on Sunday. So basically her whole like tummy, if she sat there for too long, would have been fully sunburned. That's like naked, like skin that's never seen the sun ever.
And she's allergic to, if that was a human making that decision, going, say somebody with a dairy allergy going, but I love ice cream, as they've got big hives going on and scratching,
Yeah.
going, but the ice cream's really good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Ready for vacays?
Yes. Oh my gosh, man, I was looking for a clock. There's no clock. She needs to have a clock right there.
Yes. Well, I'm looking because it says 20, and I have my phone. Are you on your phone, or is that your? Okay. Anyway.
But now I have my phone right here with my notes.
Gotcha. All right. So it's time for mini vacations. For those of you maybe have a busy summer, get a little burnout, haven't had time to plan, we're going to cover that a little bit of, like, say, spontaneous vacation or road trip. Mini vacations are ideas you can do around your own town or at home. We're going to cover. We're going to give you good broad strokes ideas.
Yes. Okay. So one of the things that spurred this on is that my friend gave me a call and said, "Hey, Svea, can you come to our place and watch our kitty cats while we're on our trip and maybe go to Disneyland for a couple days?" So I'm like, sure. My friend lives close to Disneyland. So if Dan and I were to plan to go, it's like now we have a place we don't have to drive home every night, drive home. So we decided, hey, let's make a little vacation out of this. So we made some plans to meet up with some friends for dinner. So we went with our friends for dinner. And one of the things that...
Can you fill 30 more seconds? Because you just remind me I need to do a kitten update.
Yes.
All right.
I can
do it.
So one of the things that I was thinking is that for this whole mini vacation thing, it's like, this is an opportunity to take a small little vacation, and it really doesn't cost us a lot of extra money. So it's something that if you have a friend who's going on a trip, you could always say, hey, can I house sit? And so basically it's like you're away from home. You're not at home. You're not taking care of yourself. And then you just get to hang out at someone else's house and just be in a change of pace, right? So what we did was I used Yelp, and I looked for a place to go get dinner. So I just looked on Yelp, and I put the city, and I put restaurants, and I found a whole bunch of restaurants, and I looked for like a lot of reviews and a decent review. And I also looked on Google Maps, and I found this place, and we had a great time.
Here's a kitten update. This is Red. She was asleep about 30 seconds ago, maybe less. But they're getting pretty good size. But that's still, look at that cute face.
Red, hi.
She'd be really peaceful right now, but this is the most lovable of all the kitties.
Aww.
The kittens are getting bigger. They are not leading little fluff balls, but they're still kittens. But that's Red. She was asleep in a bed a few minutes ago. She's about to go over there, but they're all about that big. All 5 of the little suckers. We're apparently keeping all 5. But that's her. She's being really chill right now, but there's that little face again.
Kitty ready. Kitty. Red. See, she's looking at me. Kitty.
She's looking at herself right there. The kids actually watch TV. All right, I'm gonna go put her back.
That's really cool. So we're just having a mini vacation, and we get to hang out with kitty cats, my friend's cats, and it's pretty cool. Like, kind of a fun thing to do. It's different. One of the other things we were talking about doing things that that's close by that you wouldn't do. So like become a tourist in your own hometown, right? So say, like, for example, and this sounds really funny, but I live about 15 minutes from the San Diego Wild Animal Park, or the San Diego Safari Park. I have not been there since I was maybe 12 years old.
You and I talked about a show idea there.
So, being a tourist in my own hometown, it would be a perfect thing to do that I would just never normally think about doing, right? So you can do things that are touristy in your own town. So say I want to go to Legoland. Legoland is 20 minutes away. Maybe we need to go to Legoland, James.
But I want to see wild animals in a park where we can drive around and see lions and animals.
But what I was just saying, it's like my mom, for her birthday, I think for her 60th birthday. Was her 60th birthday? It was a birthday that was a big birthday. We drove to Hollywood and we just did a day trip. We went over to the Getty Museum.
Oh.
We went to Hollywood. We went to get a tour of the Chinese Grauman's Theater, which was very cool. We went and looked at the stars. We went to check out all that stuff. We went to a fancy dinner called Kishi. It's a famous Japanese restaurant in Hollywood on a hill. Let me find out the name. Hollywood. I forgot what it was called. I can't believe I forgot it. Hollywood Kishikara. Famous Japanese restaurant. It's going to pop up. It's been in several. Yes, here it is. Yamashiro in Hollywood. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Images. It actually was in several famous movies when they wanted to get images of try to make a Japanese look. Let me show you. I just went up on Google. Yamashiro. This is what it looks like. I mean, it's a beautiful building. It looks like a lot of films were done at this location because it's close. It's in Hollywood, and it's so pretty inside. It's very picturesque, and it has really great views. A beautiful building. You can drive up right here. It's like a driveway right here. There's gardens. It's really cool. So, but like I was saying, you can make yourself do. Yes, the food was delicious. It was really cool. They put, so this is again experiencing something because it's like you're being a tourist, right? They had it was like about a 1-inch to 2-inch thick brick of Himalayan salt, and they put a steak on it. So your steak was brought to the table on a Himalayan salt plate.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Should I go over like the mini vacay in Idlewild?
Yes, absolutely.
You can do day trips local, like around here. It's getting too damn hot to do anything Coachella Valley. So there's actually like a part of Oceanside that's called Mini Indio. The locals actually call it a real thing. It's over by the old Spanish Mission, San Luis Rey.
Oh, really? It's called Mini Indio?
Mini Indio, because so many people from the Coachella Valley or Indio own trailers in this park. Being near the beach, they call it Mini Indio. But there's their local mountains. But for us, from my door to Idlewild is 1 hour. I had to go up there last Wednesday. I'm actually going up there about twice a week for the next few weeks to go over. And there's a scout camp up there. A friend of mine's running some programs. So he's asked me to go over there and film some stuff. And I'm like, all right. And that's where we got the video of the creek, what's called Strawberry Creek. It was on the show Countdown for this episode just a short time ago. But one of the things to go out there is like to play with the 360 camera and go over there. And, this is the view of the camp. It's called Camp Emerson. But you've got Trockwood's Peak over there with Lily Rock that's great for rock climbing. But, just the mountains up there are real pretty. And the town's real pretty. That's my friend over there. Who's incidentally that guy right there. His name's Kyle. I'm not going to zoom in, but that's Kyle. He was also my EMT instructor in the class I just finished a month ago.
Yeah.
But just look, the sky. It was like in the low 70s. It's going to warm up by 10 degrees, but still be under 90. But just to go over there, and even then after we were done with the camp, we were there all day. I have to go back up there Sunday afternoon. Even with that, we went to town for dinner. We went to the place and just exploring restaurants every so often. Even there, we went over to a restaurant. That's where we were talking during the pre-show. Went to a place called the Lumber Mill, which has been there a number of years. I've been trucking up to Ottawa since the 70s, and I told about it's fun to experiment with the menu. Here's the menu, and here's what I was talking about. I don't have pictures of it, but I'll have to get pictures for next week. It's called poke nachos.
Yeah, pokey. It's not poke. It's pokey.
Pokey nachos. I figure as much. I'm a simpleton from Oklahoma. So look in there is if you can see. I'm going to scroll in so you can see it. Pokey nachos, seared ahi tuna, pokey style on top of crispy wontons with fresh diced avocado, seaweed, and sesame seeds. $20 for this plate. It is good. Mongo-like, me being Mongo.
Well, I'm not really into fish too much, but I do like tuna.
That's fishy.
I do like tuna. It's weird. I can eat tuna, but I cannot handle any fishy
Well,
stuff.
tuna is also a staple commodity food for college students.
Yeah, but I didn't eat it because I was in college. My grandmother would always make me tuna fish sandwiches, and when I was a kid, I'd always eat tuna sushi.
Okay, guess who joined us? Hi, Joya.
She's been here for a while.
Okay.
You didn't see her say hi like earlier. She's like, okay, where is it?
I just noticed right there, and then like Wendy's right here has got to confirm that she's also been there, probably Camp Emerson and hopefully the Lumber Mill.
Hi at the very beginning. You guys missed it because we're talking to Wendy. Are we talking about the? We're talking about the. Yeah. Anyway. Okay.
Idlewild. So mini vacation right there. Well, you should probably go a little more instruction of what to look for and how to do it. Give them ideas, but that's what we've done recently. And give mini vacation for me, for mini vacay, I lost my free place to stay in Orange County, but during the summer I'd go over and stay at my aunt's house. But unfortunately she moved away from Orange County. I'd go over there and use that as a home base. And I'd go see kayaking at a Data Point, Newport Beach, Crystal Cove State Park, and just surf lunch out of there. I lost those free places, so it's now day trips. I'm too cheap to get a hotel, and you get caught sleeping in your car, which is really noticeable when you have an old F-150 with a kayak on it. But still, if there's shows I do during the coast, I go up and go see kayaking.
Yeah. Well, also there's lots of things to see locally, like if you have museums.
Oh, yeah.
Museums are great to see. If you are into food, try going out to dinner at a place that you would never try. Just go on Yelp and look at it, put a city and look for the most popular restaurant, or go to Google Maps and look for restaurants in your area and try something new, because it almost feels like it's like going to do something different in your area, right? And staycations can also be literally, instead of going out of your house, you literally don't leave your house, enjoy your backyard, enjoy sitting on your deck, enjoy eating, cooking at home. Don't leave your house for the weekend. Don't leave your home for a weekend.
Yeah, during the pandemic, a lot of people did that. They would go camping in their own backyard. Scout troops, other youth groups would have campouts and get on Zoom and have virtual campfires, sing-alongs, and stuff like that. But I have friends that would have decent-sized backyard. They go over, pitch a tent, and cook out on the grill. And the only house is only for bathroom and showers.
I know, right?
And they would do a little family thing overnight.
It's like maybe we should set our teepee up. I'm sure the neighbors would love that.
That'd be interesting. Even then, even locally, I would go out. I did this a couple times in March and April. As I'd go out and drive out past almost a Scirocco Summit to what's called South Joshua Tree by the Cottonwood entrance of western end of the national park. And I go out there, park my truck, and throw up an awning and throw out the tent and sit there and read through the evening and actually study for tests. But I'd go out there just quiet, go camp out for a night. And there's one time I went out and I spent a couple days, Memorial Day weekend. I went out and went out exploring out around for a couple days around the desert, checking out some old mines and stuff like that, mini vacations.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we actually have a page. Do we want to go ahead and go over that page I told you about on how to do a vacation on the cheap?
Let's see. Did you put that here? Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So here's actually, if you want to get an idea for cheap family vacations, we got a website up that we're going to share right quick. And where is it? There it is. We're going to review this real fast and go through. 1036. 15 cheap vacation ideas. This will give you an idea. Svea was saying, tour your own city. Let me make that a little bigger. Go camping. That's a cheap idea. For a night, if you got the stuff. Go to a less popular beach. What do you got to say about you like that? There are no less popular beaches.
Well, I mean, I guess the less popular beach might be one you have to hike to, or maybe it's one that probably most people don't go to because there's naked people.
I've kayaked by that beach over north of La Jolla, Black Beach. I'm going along going, wow, there's a lot of reflectors over on that beach. Must be a family from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Go to those popular beaches. Even then, beach doesn't have to be the ocean. It can be the lake.
The less popular beach can be a preserve. So, like, for example, in my friend is so funny. She lives in Imperial Beach, and her townhome, it has like a sidewalk, and then in front of her home, she literally has the preserve. Like, there's that waterway preserve.
Oh yeah. Tijuana River Preserve right there. Right there.
So I always give her a hard time. I'm like, you have beachfront property. She's like, no, I don't. I'm like, what's in front of your home? She's like, I said, is there a house across from your home? No. Okay. Is there sand? Yes. Is there water? Yes. Is there like animals and stuff? Yes. You're in beachfront property. And she always laughs at me because I'm like, you're in beachfront property. But, those kind of preserves, those are like wonderful, like walkways where you can go and walk around and see nature. And that's not as popular because people aren't going in the water, but still it's something to enjoy.
It just, the view you get is better than open up your door in the morning and seeing more track homes. Book travel packages using warehouse stores. That Costco is well known for this.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
Actually we did, but we were looking at doing it, but we ended up canceling because a bunch of our friends were going to go in a group, and then that just didn't work with COVID and all that. But actually, one thing that I found is find a location you're looking for and start watching the airfare on Google flights and get notifications on the time frame when you're thinking of going. And sometimes you can find really good airfare rights as long as you're purchasing way in advance. That is another way to save a lot. Because if you just constantly shop, constantly just look at the rates, you might find a really good rate for flying somewhere and taking a small trip.
Gotcha. Even then, if you don't have the patience to do that and you want to have somebody else do the organizing for you, there are still travel agents that will do that for you. But even when you go after like these big box stores like Clubhouse, like Costco, and do the vacations, they got a lot of it booked and stuff like that. You might only have to pay for airfare. Even REI offers packages.
Mm-hmm.
You can tour Puerto Rico and go kayaking and then surf camp, stuff like that. Even locally, they'll offer hiking trips over to Catalina, and you pay them. They worry about it. They get you the bookings. You just meet and go off and bring some personal camping gear. But like I said, even REI will offer mini adventure trips for the city dweller to do that, to get a little adventurous, and that's some good stuff there.
But yeah, definitely if you go to Las Vegas, those are pretty inexpensive little trips because the hotels are not crazy expensive. Also, Laughlin is a
Laughlin. Yeah,
it's
definitely.
a lot cheaper than Las Vegas. I mean, the hotels are not as nice. they're a little
It's a lot more laid back.
they're a little bit grandma-ish, but I
That's
remember, God, it was years ago. Dan and I, we went on a Laughlin trip, and I think for us to go the whole weekend, each of us was like $100, and that included our bus, included our hotel, and the event we're going to. We left on Friday and came back on Sunday on a bus for $100 for the weekend.
not bad at all. And the thing is if you go in the off season or during the week, the hotels are so much cheaper.
Yeah.
Whenever I drove up to Utah for a hiking trip, I'd usually stow about halfway for me is about Mesquite, Nevada, right before you hit Virgin River Gorge and you get into St. George, Utah. And it's just right before Arizona. And I would typically stay like the Casablanca. It's a hotel casino. And, if I go to a hotel in like Moab or some other place, it's like $150, $200 a night. I go over there, it's like $50.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the end, it's on an off time during the week. And those are times to tour. If we want to look and kind of go through this thing with the descriptions, there's stay with friends or family. In other words, mooch.
Well, or you can not necessarily mooch, like you can house
Mooch.
it for someone.
Yeah, absolutely. I used to have friends, family that would come over, and if we were leaving, I'd say, "Hey, they live in Imperial Valley. You want to come house sit?" And they come over here, and they go hit, a show in Palm Springs. They go over and tour some of the stuff in Palm Desert. I live in a major tourist area, and they go over and check it out. Sporting events. Let's just say that I've got a lot of people that want to try to stay at my house during Coachella Music Festival. That saves them a lot of money. I've had friends who are medics that have to work over there coming out of town. I may be gone for the rodeo for the weekend, but I know I'm going to find some extra food in my fridge because they usually stay in here.
Yeah.
And the music festivals. I am very popular during those times.
Yeah. Yeah. So Maya, you were talking about Catalina. Catalina is beautiful. They have some amazing buildings there. The only thing about Catalina, a forewarning, is that if you stay there at a hotel, they make you stay 2 nights. You can't just stay one night. You have to stay 2 nights. And in Catalina, there are no cars. So literally, there's people taking golf carts everywhere. So if you're going to go anywhere, you almost have to get a rental that has a golf cart. Or you have to rent a golf cart for the weekend, which is like, it starts to go ching, 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 ching.
Yeah, there ain't any. It's not a cheap option. I want to do the Catalina Trail that goes. It's about 40 miles and it does the circumference of the island.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, by the time I go out there, it's $40 a night for a group up to 6 people to stay at designated campsites along the trail. You just can't camp anywhere because most of the island's owned by the Nature Conservancy.
Yeah.
And even then, $40 a night for 6 people, which is cheap, but you're backpacking. But usually when I'm thinking trail hiking, you look for a doable spot and you pitch your tent there.
Yeah.
It's BLM land. So even there, everything about Catalina spells money, but it is absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful. Every time we've gone there, we're like, man, I wish I could have a vacation home here.
So let's quickly scroll through this and see if you have any ideas here just to finish it off. Go on a weekend trip. Absolutely. Take a vacation on a weekday, which we covered. You usually get off the price. Visit a national park. We don't have any near us except Joshua Tree. But even state parks are very much worth the visit. Stay at a bed and breakfast nearby. You can do that in your own hometown. I know people that will just drive to Anza Borrego, the town within that's surrounded by the state park, about an hour from my house, and they'll do that and just run a bed and breakfast or do an Airbnb. And it's out in the desert. It's a beautiful area, and they use that to just go do day hikes from there, especially during the spring wildflower season.
Mm-hmm.
Get insider tips, like Disney on a budget, or talk to Svea, Disney secret keeper. Explore your own region. That's a big one.
Yeah. Check out restaurants, go to museums, do all the touristy things in your own area because you don't have to worry about paying for hotel. That's huge.
Yeah. We got a few comments right here. Actually, where are you, mouse cursor? There it is. We've got one from Vivian that says that she. My mouse is doing weird things. Okay, there we go. We fish, hike, swim, boat, canoeing, kayaking, and party at the campground.
She said she goes to the campground every weekend during the
Yeah,
summer.
I saw that a little earlier.
So
right there. Every weekend they go to a campsite at Mississinawa Lake. Mississinawa.
Another thing you can do, which I haven't seen it yet, is, and I know because my friend did it, is if you or your spouse or your significant other has a work trip, like they say they're going to Solvang, for example, for a job, just for like a day.
Yeah.
Add an extra day to it, go out, have a nice dinner, stay at a hotel, do a little exploring, and most of your trips are already paid for by the company.
Absolutely. Just join the spouse when they do that. I know somebody that lives who works in Marine Corps base up in 29 Palms, and when he goes off for various trainings in Hawaii or other parts of the country, sometimes wife and kids will go and they'll do a little vacation and visit friends, or just go with him and tour around while he does his job. They meet in the evenings, and hotels are paid for, and so he does that, and they take a lot of advantage of that, like you and Dan did.
Yeah. Well, the hotel is always the most expensive, one of the most expensive parts of your trip, really.
Oh, yes. So let's see what else we got here and finish this. Going a day trip, which we've actually talked about, just day hike here, day trip there. If you live only a couple hours away, you can make a long day of it and go over, check it out, and spend one night, drive home or whatever. Make a long day. It's totally worth it. Try a home swap.
It's kind of what I'm doing with my friend right now.
Bingo. If you live in a touristy area and you have another friend, trade houses for a weekend. Or take another family working on you to take a staycation, home swap for a week. I can dig it. So with that, should we go ahead and just look at spontaneous trips?
Yes.
Let's take a look at that. What we got here. Let me scroll down to the article. Okay, we're gonna have to go through this pretty quick. Decide on the length of your spontaneous trip. While the whole point here is not to do any advanced planning, there are a few things you need to decide on out of sheer necessity. First one is the length of the trip. And this is, imagine if you want to do a road trip, you basically decide, we're going to drive this way until something looks interesting. And you got a week. You know what? There's something to be said about just improvising, spontaneity.
Mm-hmm.
So decide if you're going to be gone 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Remember one time I went up to a POW up in Central California, and I'd be gone about 4 days. 40 days later, I came home. I was like 21. I ended up going all the way up to like Idaho and cover all of northern Nevada because I found about a POW over here and went, I'm not going to drive all the way home. So I went over here and found another POW show over there and just did this giant loop. About 21, 22 years old. Couldn't do that much these days. Pack the car. You ever done a spontaneous vacation?
No.
Okay. The second necessary task is to pack your things. This is one of the aspects of the trip that can be more difficult because of your planning. It's hard to pack if you don't know what you're doing for. So, you gotta kind of go after a general list of things that might work.
Your essentials like toothbrush, deodorant.
Oh, yeah. I love this part. Pick a direction. Next start in taking a spontaneous road trip is pick a direction to start, because the whole point is not to make a plan. You'd only need a general direction to get started. I like this.
Okay.
It's expensive, but keep it on a budget. Stop and explore. I did that once. I stopped for a quick stretch break. I went, hey, there's a trail right there. 4 hours later, and about 6 hours later, I was back in my truck, getting ready to drive home. Found a cool trail.
This is interesting. I don't know if I could do this. I'm too much of a planner, I think.
I'd do it in a heartbeat and still kind of do. Call it a night when you get tired. So wherever you're at, just look for a hotel or campground.
Except for a hotel that looks like vacancy. The movie. You don't want to stay at a scary hotel in the middle of nowhere. That is just asking for trouble, though.
What's wrong if the bellhop's got a hockey mask and a machete? He's multitasking.
I don't know.
Well, if you know you're going to end up for this town, you can look ahead, have a partner, look ahead on the internet and on their smarty phone and pick, book a place.
Yes.
Okay. Pick a new direction each day. Let's go north. Let's go south. That's pretty cool. Svea's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and you know what? Maya says, I'm also a planner.
Have fun. Last step in taking a spontaneous road trip is to have fun with it. Really embrace. This is a new and unique adventure for your family. Let your hair down and just enjoy. Tips to make your spontaneous road trip great. Take the road less traveled. This doesn't mean like follow the dirt road. If you type in Google Maps for a destination, take back roads. Bingo, Vivian. Vivian's on board with us. Take the road less traveled. Take a 2-lane road. If you find out there's a road that may cut, add half an hour, but it's a 2-lane road over the mountain, do it.
If you think the road is going to take you to a scary shack where there may be a axe murderer in there, you really don't want to go there. Or if you see signs that say buy chipmunk, no, really, you need to buy a chipmunk. Really, you should have bought a chipmunk. It's too late now. Then that's the problem.
I remember that. What movie was that?
Wasn't it around it was the race around the world or something? The race.
Rat Race.
Yes.
Oh, we got to do a movie night on that. That is such a fun movie. All right. The Doc Ventress attitude. Use it. Dr. Ventress attitude. And use it as an excuse to see friends and family. And hopefully the friends and family are going, hi.
Oh, yeah. You just show up on my doorstep.
Well, let's just say that hopefully they don't have ring, because if you see you at the front, they're going to be going, we're not home. As they turn off the lights and hide in the back room. Do things you otherwise wouldn't do on a vacation. Look
at this. Pick ideas out of a hat.
Oh, that's a great idea. Did you pick that out of a hat? That's a great idea, Mike. Definitely.
I picked it out of a bubble of comments.
What would you, on a vacation, what would something you would do that, can you imagine, what is something you wouldn't normally do that you would do on a vacation? That's kind of a broad question. Would you skydive?
Absolutely not.
Would you do one of those things where you like have this big cable that's hooked up to a parachute and they pull you along and you're like in a parachute?
I wouldn't do anything that would remotely have any bit of a chance of dying.
You could die on a roller coaster. People died on the Matterhorn.
Okay, so the people that died on the Matterhorn took their seatbelts off and decided to try to get out.
Well, that's something you wouldn't normally do on a vacation, but I wouldn't do it that either.
That's kind of a dumb thing to do. But, I just...
you're not go there. And here I am. It's like, go over and do something you wouldn't do.
So I have a really big fear of heights. So I wouldn't do anything like skydiving, going on one of those rides where the guy has a boat and you're in a parachute. I just couldn't. I would literally just have a major panic attack. And I don't see that as being fun or adventurous in any way.
I'll admit that I actually have a fear of heights. I'm not much for it, but yeah, I like to go climbing. But the thing is, it scares the snot out of me. Especially I like adrenaline rush afterward. It's pretty cool. But
I like this one.
You get done with a cool adventure like that, you get done going, yeah. Flirt with all the what's it say?
Cabana
boys. Well, I'm not going to do that. The Vega might.
It's fun.
With Dan, if you flirted with the Cabana boys, what's Dan doing? Is he going?
No, he probably's like whatever.
That's like a really mature relationship. That's awesome. Last one on here is without showing it. Flip a coin to choose flip a coin to choose your daily direction. North, south, east, west, up, down. Hopefully not down.
Well, I mean, you
Let
could
your
always
kids decide the direction. That'd be kind of cool. Be
You know
sure
what-
to leave yourself time to get home.
you know what you always could do is you could put up you grab Yelp or Google or whatever, and you could say restaurants in the area and just and go "Brrr," and then just stop it and go like, that's where I'm gonna go eat. That's adventurous.
I've got a couple friends that live across town from me, and they want to do vacation. They've got a few days. They'll just pick like 3 days, and they'll just break out a map and just toss a coin in the air wherever it lands. Depending on how much time they have or where they want to go, wherever it lands, they do their damnedest to go wherever that coin landed.
Okay, that's interesting.
Sometimes a small town in Nevada, sometimes a point in the desert that they got to put together, put forth a lot of effort to get out there. And sometimes they'll look at it going, yeah, we're not going to go to a part of a restricted military base. We're going to flip the quarter again. So that's, there's
one.
There. I flipped a quarter and I ended up in Pandora. Again.
Yeah, I mean, even though I'm at my friend's place, I'm in the store right now.
Yes, you're in your safe place. I'm in a place with low gravity and 10-foot tall or 12-foot tall blue people and the wildlife. It's kind of like Australia. Everything's there to kill you. Except Australia doesn't have mountains like this, like the Hallelujah Mountains. All right, it's almost time.
I know. Can you believe it?
Wow.
We filled so much.
So
time.
Let's run the ideas by the audience because we got a lot of people watching for next week's show. So, folks, we're talking about doing a game show next week. Let us know in the comments if you are interested. And Savannah and I put it together. We'll contact you about being on it. We don't know the details, but we want to do a game show night. We're thinking that'd be a lot of fun. We haven't done it in a while. So let us know in the comments if you like that idea, or we do a show about the current craze that I like to call the modern man cave. We do a show about Vikings.
So we want to see what people say here.
Let's see what they have. And while they do that, I'm going to influence the decisions by doing this.
No sound. No sound. Turn the sound off. You cannot have sound.
I knew you'd stop me from doing that.
Yeah, sorry.
Valhalla Rising. Look on YouTube.
So, okay, so guys.
Okay,
go ahead. It's called Valhalla Calling.
Valhalla Calling. It's part of the soundtrack from Assassin's Creed, the game.
Okay.
So we'll go and look at it again.
So I'm just saying.
F.D. Peyton Parrish.
For those of you who don't know, we did a video about the moon. Yeah. We did an episode about the moon and the Lunar New Year. Okay. And we took video footage that's over 100 years old and we were discussing it. We were discussing the video, discussing the footage, right? And we actually got a copyright notice on that video that's over 100 years old.
Over and over again.
Ridiculous. And they keep paying us for it. It's the same people. They keep releasing they release the copyright hold and then they tap it on again. They release it and they tap it on. They release it and they tap it on. And this is from like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's just the internet trolls. We've had a few shows over the years, but that one keeps on popping up by this troll company that makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah, it's
like. Can I influence the decision where we just try to sing to the lyrics? You're shaking your head. No, in some countries that means yes.
So you can have it with no sound.
And on bigger with the waves are skimming, barren summits to the verdant plains. Each horizon. Wait, want to do it like they do. Each horizon is a new beginning. Rise and rain. Apparently, I paused it. Oh, here we go. Far from the fjords and the ice-cold currents, ravens soar over new frontiers. Songs and sagas of a fate determined, shields and spears. I'm doing it weird for a reason. Vows of favor for the thrill of plunder. I'm going to read a poem. Pull together for the clan and kin. Clink of hammers and the crash of thunder. Pound within. Oh, oh, oh. The echoes of eternity. Valhalla calling me. Just look at the lyrics and think of that as singing with, well, let's just say the Oker's boys of Conan ran them. Anyway, let's look what we have. Look at, we pause this.
I just put it up there and we say, you guys, of all the followers that are watching, please comment in our feed, game show or Vikings? Game show or Vikings? What would you guys like us to do next week?
We're waiting for the see the comments, folks.
I only saw one comment, and the one comment said game show.
Who is that from?
That was from
Joya.
Always have another one. Vivian says game show.
Perfect game show involving Vikings. Maya, you are on a streak tonight.
But how would you do a game show with Vikings? I mean, how would you do that?
We'll figure out a way. If somebody says it can't be done, remember, I'm the kind that says, here, hold my beer. Gonna do it. Been doing it with my speech coach, my public speaking instructor. Anyway, Maya's on fire. Wow. Let's wait to see what we got coming in. I don't know. Y'all are clever. That was clever to think of that.
I know. I'm just waiting for more people to. So make sure your comment. You're watching the show right now. I see a bunch of people watching the show. How come you're not commenting?
Do it. Vikings or game show?
Comment and say what you want us to do next week. Game show or Vikings? Right now, game show is winning.
We can still eventually do Vikings. We just vote for next week.
Come on, people. Like I said, there's a lot of people watching.
Yeah, we still got shows coming up, theme shows later this summer. Like we got another first aid. We got eating.
You know, everyone, don't be shy. Seriously, we love it when we see our followers commenting. It just gives us something as a feedback, which we love. We love to see feedback from everybody. And when you look at the numbers even going up and no one is commenting.
I see that. We got more people watching all of a sudden. It just popped up a good amount. Dressed like a Viking kind of game on the fly.
Well, you know, that, I mean, I guess that could be a part of it, but.
You know what Sabea's not liking James's idea when she's going, and she makes that look too. And that look.
See, Kelly
like
Joe.
She's on a res pointing which way to drive.
Kelly Joe's like game show.
But Viking's good too.
Game show's winning pretty well.
Yes, it is.
So we haven't done a game show since like Memorial Day weekend like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. So we'll have to decide, talk about how we're going to do the game show. We will apparently going to do a game show next week for 4th of July weekend.
Yes.
We're definitely not going to be doing a cooking episode since we both changed our diets quite a bit. And
yes. Well, I mean,
every rack of ribs was on video and on the show.
James, we were talking about, though, giving people ideas on eating, like good eating ideas for being on barbecue and being at those kind of events.
We can do a half and half.
Yeah.
We'll tack it. All right, folks. Dressed like a Viking kind of game on the fly. Okay, game show, but Viking's good too. It's been a while. Still a healthy cooking show. Still do a healthy cooking show.
Okay, so half game show, half healthy cooking.
While we eat on the game show, healthy. With Viking helmets. Which means I'll probably be the only one wearing a Viking helmet.
Oh.
Okay, it's 11:04. 4 minutes
We went over.
You're fuzzy. You were fuzzy. Lean back again?
Lean back?
Yeah, just lean back, see if it goes fuzzy. Let's see if it goes fuzzy. If you're going fuzzy, I was going to say it's the women's out of focus group. Because it's out of focus. Fuzzy.
It's late.
Yes. All right, folks. This has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. We come back. You ready? Interactive week next week. We are doing game show night.
So you guys helped us make the decision. So I expect all you guys to be participating in some way or another next week.
Totally. And we might have an update because I'll finish off a round of classes. Got an update on classes, by the way. I'm getting an A.
Yay.
A student. Not just a student, but an A student. A. Great.
That's good.
That's smart. Okay, folks. We're just going to keep on hanging around with small talk and say, we're going to be going now. And then it's like talk for another 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. No camera shy. Well, we'll get it. We'll be making some calls and talk to everybody. So, folks, next week, your game show. Going to be a fun time. 4th of July weekend. We're going to make it extra special. Otherwise, this has been this week's. What does it say? Stop screen. I'm looking for video. Okay. Looking for the closing credits. Closing. So many folders.
Oh my gosh, James, how many folders do you have open? How many tabs do you have open?
One for each show. All right. Found it. Folks, we'll see you next week. Been awesome. Front floor.
Aw, ain't he cute?
Good night.
Bye.